another week in racing. It's time to recap it. And who better to do it than Michael and Magic? Two bros/pros who cover the highs and lows of racing around the globe on every one of their shows. Real fans look forward to these guys and their last stunts, cause they know they're not talking out of their royal ascot. What they say makes sense. So ladies and gents, sit back and relax as Blinkers Off presents The Magic Mike Show, where you hear the experts speak. The Magic Mike Show. Tune into the show every week. The Magic Mike Show. You can trust the show is the bomb because it's being brought to you by RacingDudes.com.
What's up, everybody? I'm Jared.
And I'm Aaron.
And this is the Show 261. Mr. Halterman, how you doing today?
Oh, man, I'm doing good, man. I've got some action going on at Hoosier Park right now in the harness races, and I'm playing Papano, and I'm playing Yonkers, and I've got 3 tournaments going on right now at Sam Houston, and I've got a big weekend coming up with tournaments for the grade 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 gamble, and I've got the BCBC and the NHC. Got a lot going on today, or this weekend, and so I'm pumped, man. I'm ready.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I it doesn't surprise me though. I mean, you're always doing something. I've been busy painting, painting my new baby coming in soon, painting his room, and I've just been really busy with that. And of course, the wife, Mrs. Magic, she's been busy with just kind of keeping me busy around the house. But yeah, I mean, I knew it's great to have you. How's your March Madness bracket doing?
Oh, it's doing good, man. It's doing good. I've been following Lockie Lockerson. He's been hitting a lot of races. He's been hitting a lot of games. NBA's hot, man, really hot. And so, yeah, I definitely I was building a little swing set outside for the daughter. Just kind of chilling out, taking it easy, playing a few tournaments and some pick 4s, and pick 5s, and just handicapping this Keeneland card for tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you everybody for sticking with us. We're late. The Blinkers Off guys, they did a great job earlier, and they took over the slot earlier, and so they did that. And of course, they handicapped the Derby preps. But we got a big weekend at Santa Anita as well. Of course, Santa Anita Derby. But I'm out here. The weather's great. The weather's great always. And the weather's been perfect out here, and we're ready for a big weekend at Santa Anita. But it's the big Rainbow Pick 6 payout coming at Santa Anita. But of course, we're going to do a late pick 4. And that card is very interesting, and everyone's gonna be there for the Oaks and the Derby. But what we're gonna cover tonight, it's gonna be a fun one.
I really think the most playable card is that Santa Anita card in this late pick 4. It's gonna pay stacks, Jared. It's gonna pay stacks. So I'm really excited about it. And like I said, the big pick 6 mandatory payout. So you just take our 4 picks here, add a couple to start, and we're gonna give out a little mandatory payout as well. So yeah, man, I'm excited.
Thank you. Dave says nice hat match. Thank you. This is my girl Lacey Daisy. I've got 14 other hats in the other room that I have over. Well, I won't show you, but all my horses. I own 14 different horses. Big percentage of most of them. Tiz, he's a mule, but he's gonna run here pretty soon. We don't ever win any races, but we just try to hit the board in most of them. So that's what I try to do. And I just love
get the paycheck.
Yeah. I mean, you got to get that paycheck. I mean, this is, you can't get much better than that. All right. What's the best thing? We got a lot to talk about. What's the best thing you saw this week?
Oh, listen, man, it's got to be Keeneland. Got to be Keeneland coming back. Next week I'll be there for the grade 1 gamble, and I'm really excited about it. I'm trying to win some more seats for that. And but it's Keeneland. Keeneland, big pools, big fields. You got the big races on Saturday. That's where the bombs will be all week. So I'm excited for Keeneland, man.
Oh man, it's great to have Keeneland. I mean, it makes you feel like spring is here. And I've heard the guys over there at Blinkers Off say that a few times, and you know what? They're right, because it just feels like spring has finally arrived with Keeneland. So I gotta say, the best thing I saw this week, it's got to be the fact that my little boy, I have a little boy. Don't forget that it's a different little boy. You don't know about this kid. Had his first soccer game this spring. And I coach, of course, because Magic does everything. And I was warming up with him before the game, and I tried to get him to steal the ball from me. And he's kind of shy. He's a great athlete, but he's kind of shy. And in front of the whole fans and the family, that kid tripped me, and I fell straight on my ass in front of everybody. And you're old when it felt like I got hit, like in the NFL, but everyone's like, yeah, that was pretty ungraceful. And it's like, that was really slow. And like, I'm still sore. My shoulder's sore, my hip's sore. And it's like, holy shit. Like my mind still feels like I can do it. But my 4-year-old tripped me, and I tripped on my ass in front of everybody. So that I say it was kind of embarrassing, but the best thing because he was proud of himself. And at the end of the day, I was like, all right, hey, I told you to steal the ball. You did. You knocked me on my ass. That was perfect.
I love it. Yeah, you got to cheat to win. He needs to learn that.
Hey, I should have put, if I teach him real soccer rule, I should have just stayed on the ground and rolled around in pain for a couple of minutes and then ran off and I was good to go. So, but no, we got a big show, Mike. So let's get to this. All right. On today's show, we are going to preview and give our tickets for Saturday's late pick 4 at Santa Anita Park, which is part of the mandatory Rainbow Six payout that could have a $5 million pool. You were saying, Mike, earlier that you think it's going to get at least to that. And so I really think it would. So $5 million pool. Let's get into it, Mike. Riders up. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Yes. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking. This is a hard ale. Something I got from some. No, it's a Truly.
Yeah.
We're not breaking, guys.
No.
All right.
Sounds like a siren of yelling at your house.
I know. I hear that. That's Mrs. Magic. All right. All right, let's kick off the late pick 4 here at Santa Anita Park on Saturday. Race 9, the Royal Huron Stakes. It's grade 2. We're $200K for fillies, mares, 4-year-olds and up, going 1 mile on the turf. Field of 8 in here. If this is a leg, and obviously when I looked at this race, I looked at all 4 of the sequence. This is the race that I ultimately had to single. At least I felt like there was the highest probability of singling a horse in this race. What do you think?
Yeah, I went 3 deep in here, but I don't blame you. I think a single of the 3, Charmaine's Mia, is who I put on top. I think that makes sense, especially if I think the 2 races after this, we're going to have to go a little bit deeper, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But I'm with you. I think the Charmaine's Mia, a very good chance to win the race. Of course, won 2 races in a row. Looks very good since going to California. I'm going to let you talk about her, though, because that is your single, and I'll talk about the other 2 horses I put on my ticket here. The 1 dog tag was a horse I did not want to leave off. This horse came out to California, kind of got on a little bit of a roll, finished second and then won 2 races in a row, including a stakes race and then an allowance race at a mile as well. That's important to point out. Tried her on the dirt at Del Mar in a grade 1 event. Did not run very well. Haven't seen her in a while. I don't know. I just think off this layoff, this horse is going to be ready to roll. So I wanted to put dog tagging on the ticket there by Warfront. This is a horse we've always liked, a horse that was with Chad Brown for a while and now is with Mandela. The 5 Raimundo's Secret. That's the other horse I put on the ticket. There's a lot of speed in here. I think this could be the speed of the speed. And I know Pratt gets off to ride Charmaine's Mia, but Johnny Velasquez is a pretty good replacement. I kind of think this horse has a shot here. If any of the speed's going to hold, I think it's this one. Speed at Santa Anita on the turf is pretty dangerous. I thought we had to include the 5. So I went 1, 3, and 5 to kick off this first leg.
Yeah, listen, I played around with the idea of kind of how I would structure this ticket. And, if you wanted to go thinner in these next 2 legs, I wouldn't blame you for throwing another horse or 2, because if the 3 does get beat, you're going to help. That's going to help eliminate some of the, the players in this pool. I just felt like as I looked at this, it's like, obviously with Pratt kind of tells you, right, who to kind of pick here. He switches over, rode this horse last time out in Buena Vista, the grade 2. Of course, ever since this horse has been with Field Demano, this horse has been awesome. 2 back-to-back 99 buyers. And, frankly, no one in this field can really touch that. Warren Showtime ran a huge race last time out against the same horse, the 3 horse, ran a career high 95 buyer and couldn't get to her. So I just feel like she's just a little bit ahead of the rest of them here. And I even though she does show speed and she can sit the trip because there is plenty of speed in this race. So I do feel like you get Pratt, who I love, right? I mean, that's my guy. And you get him, and he's gonna, he knows how to ride. He knows how to ride this horse. So I feel like the weather, it does feel like there's a lot of speed. So if it kind of dictates on how he wants to run, wants to ride her, I think he'll set up the race. And, and really it's funny because if you're like the two horses I considered in this race that if I was going to play deeper, were not the two you even included. So it's interesting that I thought the 6 and the 7 were interesting at 6-1. Of course, Peter Miller, second off, this horse has shown, as a grade 2 winner, was off the bench last time out. He ran an okay 4th, kind of just got tired. So you got to think that horse is going to improve here. The 6, Lures Light, and the 7, Ride for the Cause, a horse that just might be a benefactor to the pace. That just feels like if the pace does melt down, the 7, has shown a late closing kick. And, this is a horse that won the grade 2 Canadian at Woodbine. I get that it's not Woodbine here, but obviously this horse has some class. So you got to think if the pace does melt down, this horse could get there. So those are the horses I considered using if I was not going to single a 3. But yeah, I'm starting off the ticket with a single, man. It's always dicey for me.
Yeah, I thought about the starting off a ticket with the single as well. My other ticket I was thinking about doing was single with the 3 here, all single with the 3 in the last. I really thought that was a ticket that, it's just like, that's a really easy structure. And it, I think it made sense in my mind. The only problem is if the 3 wins here and the 3 wins the last, I don't know what this thing is going to pay, no matter what the middle legs are. So that's why I kind of ended up doing the other way. But yeah, I don't blame you. This is a good race to single. This horse, Charmaine's Mia, has definitely become a real nice, horse coming down here or out here to Santa Anita.
So let me what gets her beat? Is it because she obviously is the class of the field? I mean, there's no horse that runs 99 buyers. Even Dog Tag comes back and runs her best race. She's not going to get to that that buyer. So how does she lose? Is it just basically a bounce? Because it seems like if she kind of runs her race or even like an A- B+ race, she's still going to win.
If she gets too engaged in the pace, she's going to lose. That's kind of my thing. The 5, the 6, the 8, they can kind of go. The 3 just needs to sit right off this pace, not, a length, maybe 2 lengths off the pace at most. But if for some reason this horse kind of gets involved a little too much early, that's how she can lose this race. With Proud aboard, I don't really see that happening, but you never know. They get out there and they'll get engaged with another horse, and it's kind of hard to get them to stop. That's how she loses. And if that pace does, materialize like that, the number 1 Dog Tag certainly can go get them. And that's why I really wanted to have that horse on the ticket. That horse just has a lot of back class. So that's the one that worried me. But, I think Pratt just kind of keeps her, Pratt kind of keeps Charmaine's Mia kind of just in the inside, kind of just holds them off there, right there in second and third, and then pounces at the top of the stretch and should get the job done.
You would think, with, same, stablemate with D'Amato, the 5, being, if that horse does go, if that horse is the speed, which appears to be that way, that, they're going to definitely make sure there's not a speed duel going down here. So, think the 5 goes, the 3 sits off, and, if the 3 is good enough, which I think she will be, runs her down. All right, let's go to the next race on, what is that? Race number 8?
10.
I'm having technical difficulties over here. My internet, my internet, it won't work. Okay, race 10, the Evening Jewel Stakes for the 150K golds. It's for Calbreds going 6.5 furlongs, field of 9. Now listen, if there was a reason I'm singling that leg, because I feel like these next 2 legs especially is where you can go price hunting. So this is a field of 9, and honestly, I know the 5-2 on Becca Taylor, 3-1 on Pray for My Owner, which was a good performance last time out. But I think there's some prices here, and especially in the next leg. I'll let you kick it off.
Yeah, man, this is the leg that I'm really worried about trying to get it through. And, by the time I finalize the Samo Bombs, I may try to put a few more on here. We'll see. We'll see what the scratches are. But this is definitely the leg where I'm a little bit worried about. I went 5, 6, 9, only 3 deep in this leg. I'll start off. My top choice is number 5, Becca Taylor. And, Pratt jumps aboard here. I thought that was a good sign. Last time out, an allowance win over this track looked pretty good. Just connections. And I really love the pace setup here. I think the 9's going to get loose, but I think the 5 can sit right there. And so from a pace perspective, which is how I really like the handicap, I want front runners here. So I thought the 5 could kind of sit the trip there in second or third, right off the 9. And the 9 is another one I used. 2 races under her belt. Both of them got the lead. Last time it was ahead by about 2 lengths and just kind of poured it on down the stretch. That's kind of what we're looking for again today, man. Hopefully this filly can kind of get the trip. So the 5 and the 9 are definitely the 2. If for some reason we see a closer kind of have success here, or maybe the pace is a little bit quicker than I thought, the one closer that I want is number 6, Dylan's Wildcat. This horse is very consistent horse. Tried the turf last time out and didn't even really run that bad on the turf, but now is right back on the dirt. I think that's the best surface for this horse. Also cuts back in distance. I definitely think this is a one-turn horse as well. So I think this filly will come running late with a little bit of a piece or a chance for a piece of it and maybe even get up there. And I like that 10-1 price to kind of get a little value into this. So 5, 6, and 9 were the 3 I used.
Hey, you know what? You and I are on the same page here with this 5 and the 9. I remember that 5 or that 9, I should say, last time out was very impressive. Breaking her maiden there for Mark Glatt. This is a horse that got Lasix that day as well. Of course, they loses Lasix here, so you got to wonder if that made the difference. But listen, I have to go deeper than 3 here. I just do. I can't play just 3. I like, and honestly, the 6 I left off. So I like the 3. So I'll go with the horses I'm using. I like the 3. This horse was in that race last time out with the 9. Pray for my owner. Was highly touted that day. John Velasquez rode. Mike Smith gets them out here. This horse is obviously an American Pharaoh. If you couldn't get that by the name, Fifi Pharaoh. You got to think the horse. I'm going to give the horse another shot. Let's just say that. So I think that horse deserves another shot. This was enough tout with this horse last time out that I'll use again. The next horse, Becca Taylor, makes sense there. I'm not going to keep going there, but obviously get Pratt there. I guess your only concern is this horse is getting extra weight, given that you are getting Pratt now versus the 116, 117. In the past. I did not use the 6, the 7, Big Claire. You talk about a horse that's like late pace. I kind of think the 7 might be that horse. Coming to the dirt, first time on the dirt here. Pratt's rode this horse every time. So obviously, for Phil D'Amato, but you got to think that this horse obviously is. I remember too. I remember this horse last time out. It was very impressive. Big horse. So I just think that horse, if the horse switches to the dirt, okay, could be the horse that's coming late. The 8 Pawnee at 8-1. So I'm going price hunting a little bit here. That horse has been pretty good in 2 straight starts, winning by 5 and 4 lengths. I get the horse is stepping up here, but when a horse is winning by daylight, you have to at least, to me, I don't want to not use that horse. And then of course the 9. So I went pretty deep here. I'm with you. I feel like this is a scary leg. For me, I want to get through this leg. Hopefully I'm alive, right? If that 3 gets home. But I guess you're probably going to go deep in the next leg. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, man. I think you had to go pretty deep in that next leg. So, I had to go skinny here. I've got a really strong opinion in the last, so I had to go skinny here to kind of go deep in this next one that we're going to talk about. And listen, I'm watching Hoosier right now. I got a big 6-9 exacta played here at Hoosier, so root that home if you guys are watching that.
6-9 exacta at Hoosier. You are a true animal, my friend.
Yeah, well, and then Papano is definitely going to be next up on the board. So yeah, and there's a Southland Greyhound Racing. I've got a try 1, 2, 3 try there as well. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that as we go along.
Are you playing any tournaments tonight, Samich?
No tournaments tonight. No, well, maybe Australia. Australia starts about 11:30, and we'll kind of take the swings in there. But no, not right now. No, Sam Houston's over with. Try to take a little swing there, but no, we'll play a little Australia action here later on.
See, the real Samich actually is playing that, so you need to.
I know he is.
You need to get your shit together. If you mandatory payout, real Samich says at the pump. There you go. So you got to play it. Of course he is. Why wouldn't he be? All right, let's move on to the next race here, race 11. I know this is the one, race 11, the allowance race. Another Calbred, fillies and mares. going 1 mile on the turf, field of 12 lines up for this one. If you're going another race that I think you go price hunting, to me, these 2 legs are because even if you get chalk in the first leg and somewhat chalk in the second or the fourth, I'm sorry, these 2 legs can help make it pay. So where you go on price hunting here?
Oh man, listen, this one's a mess. This one's wide open. We're gonna take some swings. We're trying to get some bombs home here for sure. I went 7 deep in this leg. And like I said, I could kind of do that because I've got a little bit of a strong opinion in the last. So we get 7 deep here. How about my old friend, the Factor, on the turf here with the 2-horse, Almost a Factor. That's actually who I put on top. Like I said, went deep, but this is the horse I would use first. Last time out, won an allowance race going 1 1/8 miles over this track by 2 1/4. Doesn't have a great, record at a mile, but the Factor on the turf going 1 mile, that's what I want. That's what I want. And so we'll take it all day. Maybe there's some other excuses there for some of those races that this horse lost at 1 mile. We'll take it all day, 10-1. Mike Smith aboard. I think he's going to have this horse ready to roll. So I used the 1, the 2, the 3, the 6, the 9, the 10, and the 11. Yeah, so I went 7 deep here. Like I said, I'll talk about my second pick, and I just think it's kind of the logical one. And it's not really a price, but it is one that I think you kind of got to use. It's number 6, Apple Cross. This horse just very consistent at the level. Another horse, very nicely bred for the turf. Last time out at this level, only got beaten 1.5 lengths. One of these times it's going to be Apple Cross's turn to win one of these big races. So I think he's going to do it, or I think she has a pretty good shot at it today. I also like the 9 as my third choice, Nice Ice. I kind of think this is your pace play. And although there is some other speed in the race, some of it might be cheap, Jared, and that's what I'm really worried about. So with the 9, Nice Ice, kind of think this horse can stay. I mean, yes, move him in class today, but speed on the turf is always dangerous, especially at Santa Anita. 40K claimer, 2 races in a row, got out to the lead and held. So those were my top 3 there. So I'll kick it to you for some of yours.
Yeah, so this is it's interesting because you and I are going different again here. I mean, I went 5 deep, you went 7 deep, and there's a few horses that I didn't use that you did. I didn't. I took a stand against Apple Cross. I took a stand against Nice Ice. If you're looking for a pace play, which is to me, it's got to be the 12. I mean, I get the post position draw isn't ideal, but this is a horse that has ran some competitive numbers here on the turf in the past. Didn't run well at all last time, and that horse ran a career, if not career low, close to a career low buyer, 64. But this horse, going back to 1 mile where this horse has won 2 times in 4 starts. I just think you get the weight allowance here with Pfeiffer jumping on, and it just feels like this horse can get out and get into the lead and get into a rhythm. And of course, this horse, I think this horse is going to be overlooked at 15-1 because of how poorly the horse ran at 6.5 for a long stretch now. But if the horse has won at this distance, so as a pace standpoint, that's where I went with. I like the 2 a lot too. You mentioned the 2. Mike Smith jumping on, of course, 1 last time out. Kind of this horse to me at 10-1 is, I hope we get 10-1, right? Because I really think that horse has a big shot here. And I went another horse that I like kind of a little bit of a jump here is the 11. That's my top play. Noble Hearted, of course, Pratt is back to ride again. Peter Urton, ran a pretty good race last time out. Of course, backing off a little bit of distance here. I wasn't in love with the horse, but it just kind of feels like this horse, Pratt, Urton, this horse is probably going to be pretty tough considering, this horse backing off. And of course, it seems like a horse that needs to run in this kind of race. And how about the 8 for Peter Miller? This is what, Peter Miller late in the card at Santa Anita, horses that are like double-digit prices. That's my jam, man. The number 8, all quality. You get this horse. I like the fact that this horse has ran just okay. It's like, how many times do you see a Peter Miller horse that and then they stretch out and all of a sudden the horse, wins, and it's just like, how did that horse make any sense? So that's a horse that has shown competitive numbers in the past. We know how. So I like the 8 at price. So I'm going definitely. I mean, I've got a bunch of prices here.
Yeah, I like it, man. I think you just have to take shots and swings here for sure. I want to touch on the 11. That is my fourth choice, and you're using that horse as well. Noble Hearted. Yeah, Pratt stays aboard, so that's always a good thing there at Santa Anita. I don't know if I mentioned, I threw in the 1. This horse was on the East Coast and running pretty well. Comes over to the West Coast last time out, and only beating a length and 3/4. This horse could definitely turn the tables today. I think the 1 is one you got to play. That East Coast turf power is going to be there. It usually is. So yeah, I'm definitely at the 1. I'm trying to think. Let's see. Did we talk about the 10 at all? Did you mention the 10 at all, Jared? I don't know that you did.
No, the 10 is one that I was on the fence with using. Of course, John Sadler trained, went, won impressively with a big, 81 buyer last time out. I hate to even do it, especially now. But I took a stand against the 10.
I tell you, I always kind of watch for this, and my good friend Magic will always tell me, man, when they first get to that Sadler barn, you got to watch out for them. And I know it was just a starter allowance race last time out, and I know it was 6.5 furlongs. That horse looked like a different horse, man. And I'm going to tell you, I really think the 10 is one you got to throw on there as well. Really, from a pace perspective, this is how the race is going to be won or lost here, because I can see it going one of two ways. I do agree the 12 and the 9 kind of go out and set the pace, and maybe they are the speed of the speed, but there's some other horses in there as well. So the pace is really going to kind of dictate what happens here, and it's hard to judge this one. So that's why I went 7 deep.
You talked about the 1 briefly, and I'll jump on there a little bit too, because I used the 1 as well. To me, the 1 is the horse that if my 12, if your 9 get out there and really lay it down, which I think they will. The 12 will. Is just, with the 12, you're just hoping the horse gets brave and stays on the, but if the pace backs up, I think the 1 has a big time shot to kind of improve the second start here over there at Santa Anita, because they didn't run a terrible race last time out, just kind of got a little late start. Obviously going to run a little bit better here this time around. The horse was only beaten less than 2 lengths that day. You got to think and Cassie Bell is the horse that beat her that's in this race. So you got to think if this horse kind of just improves a little bit, it's going to be right there. And talk about a pace standpoint, this horse will be coming with a nice pace setup. So I like good on paper quite a bit from a pace standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see it for sure. And like I said, I just feel like, again, your 12 that you picked, on paper, I think this horse gets clear, but will the horse stay? And I think in a race like this where you're kind of going deep, you're going to take a shot with something. I don't mind it. I mean, I'm never going to talk you off speed at Santa Anita on the turf, or really any turf race. I'm never going to talk you off speed. So I don't mind it. I don't mind the play. I just couldn't get there. And yeah, hopefully the 12, for my sake, doesn't win. And maybe we can get a horse like the 1 home. I think the 1 will be double digits, man. And we're here all day for it. I mean, I think this is the most likely race in the whole sequence. Even if you go to the pick 6, it's going to have a huge payout. So yeah, I mean, we're going to just take some swings and hope we can kind of get lucky here.
Yeah, let's take that and let's move on to the last leg of this, because I think you and I have a little bit different thoughts in terms of, you're going a little bit thinner. I might be going a little deeper. That's race 12, the Echo Eddie Stakes, 150K. Calibred's going 6.5 furlongs. A field of 10 with the 6 scratching out. I get it. Like the Chosen Brawn, coming. I'm not going to fault you because that's a horse that's coming up. He got beat by Concert Tour. Yeah, that Concert Tour, and only got beat by about 3 1/4 lengths. That's pretty damn good. Freedom Fighter, Chosen Brawn. This horse obviously a much step back in class here running here. So the horse should be a low price and should win. So are you singling the 3?
No, I didn't single. I was going to go a little bit deeper here, and I listened to Blinkers Off, and Aaron really liked the 3, the Chosen Brawn, a lot. It was actually Aaron's lock that shit up pick of the week. So, that kind of just gave me the confidence to kind of push through and only use 2 horses here. So I'll start with the Chosen Brawn. And he made some really good points. I mean, first of all, this horse just dominates Cal Brad's on debut. I mean, it was a joke. It was so easy for this horse. And then, it steps up and faces Concert Tour, who is my top pick to win the Kentucky Derby right now. And then also Freedom Fighter, who, in that race ran awfully well. Obviously had some trouble at Aqueduct in the Gotham, but this race ran extremely well. And, the number for this race comes back extremely fast for this third place finisher, the Chosen Bronze. So if you can run with those horses early and still kind of hang in there and not get embarrassed, you're definitely going to be able to run with these Cal Brads. So, the 3, the Chosen Vron, I don't care that it's 8-5. I think this is a horse you got to lean heavily on. The other horse that I used with the Chosen Vron was the 2. Let's Get Lucky. Couple of reasons. Number one, I do think this horse gets out in front. And anytime a state bred race, I know it's a stakes race, but it's a state bred race. Speed usually wins these races because these horses usually, tend to be a little bit, obviously on the slow side, but also just their talent level isn't quite as high. So if you get out ahead, sometimes these horses don't really want to pass each other. So the 2 could get out to the lead, and I think this horse can take him a long ways. We also don't really know what this 2 is fully, do we? Just one race. It was a Cal Bred maiden special weight and, gate to wire winner by a length and a half. We don't know what this horse is just yet. Maybe this horse has another gear. Maybe this horse has, a little more talent than even what he's shown so far. So I think the 2-3 is all you need here. And let's hope it is. This is where I went shortest. And these were my 2 strongest opinions are the 2 and the 3 here.
Well, I'm, I think I need to be spending less time painting the room and more time handicapping because I am just, I like the 3. I did not use the 2 at all. I went 4 deep in this race. So, I guess maybe I went a little too price heavy because if the 3 doesn't win, I feel like I want prices. And I'm also very biased. Peter Miller, like I said, he's my guy late in the card, these kind of random races. I went with the 4, None Above the Law. I like the way that horse ran last time out. Of course, this was another horse that was on the Derby trail, sort of, at one point. The San Felipe got smoked by Life is Good, but, Dream Shake, Medina Spirit, all those horses. Then came back off of that race and ran a really good, 74 buyer that day and just easy win with Pratt. Pratt stays aboard. So I like that angle as well. I also used another dangerous combo here with the other Peter Miller. Number 7, Good with People. Hernandez, Peter Miller, they thrive at a price. Man, they did that combo late in the card is deadly with Peter Miller and Hernandez. You forget about him. You don't care. This horse I think this horse is very interesting as a pace standpoint too, because I agree the 2 seems like should be quite the pace standpoint. But what if, only a second start? What if the 7 goes? What if the 7 goes and is a pace standpoint? So I wanted a piece of the 7. And then the last one was jumping over to the dirt. Johnny V stays for the last race here. Number 9, Cargo. I thought this was for Phil D'Amato. Johnny V, this horse really, another horse that was ridden by Pratt. Last time out, this horse has been ridden by Pratt both times. Second in debut, won pretty nicely the next start on the turf, jumps over to the dirt. I think this horse, from a pace standpoint as well, should be able to kind of, if the horse kind of can get to dirt and run that kind of same race that he has been running. I like this horse a little bit here as well to kind of off the. So again, I'm using the 3. I wouldn't fault you if you wanted to get more creative. Do you like the 3 here more than you like the 3 in the first leg?
I do, because I think the competition isn't quite as good in this leg as it is in the first leg. I think there's some horses that are, I don't want to say they're great, but they're solid. They're solid stakes California horses in that 9th race. And here, I don't know that there is. Touch on the 9 real quick. Obviously, an interesting horse. Pratt rode twice and then jumps off to the 4, who he also rode. So he kind of chose the 4 over the 9. But again, you get Johnny V, and that's not that bad of a situation. And also, my biggest deal on why to include the 9. Sources by Point of Entry, who was a turf router, and now we're dirt sprinting. I mean, and I wouldn't really care about it, but we haven't really seen this horse on the dirt. So that's kind of a fact. Like if this horse had won a dirt sprint, then it's like, well, I don't care. But first time dirt sprinting with a sire like that, I pumped the brakes a little bit. The horse I'm going to be really mad if he beats me is the 4. I'm with you on the 4. I definitely could get upset. My biggest thing is I don't know if the 4 is a sprinter. I think this horse is going to be a little too far back, and if I'm really favoring the 2 and 3 that are on the lead or close to the lead or up towards the front, I just don't know if the 4 can catch him sprinting. I think this horse really wants to route, and I think it's kind of. I know broke the maiden 50K claiming level at Los Al, but whatever, that was sprinting. But the only other win came 2 turns. So I like the horse. Don't know if this is the right race for him.
I'm telling you, the 7, it's dangerous. That combo is deadly. This horse is going to try to go gate to wire, and sometimes it seems like some these Peter Millers, the other Peter Millers, go out and win like they're the one that are like 8-5. Like the 8-1 Peter Miller that's like overlooked in the betting goes out and just rolls, and you're like, that's interesting. That's why you got to use. So I like the 7 a lot here, but I'm not going to fault you at all. Let's see. We got a comment from a Somo Bomb 18. Other PM on turf sprints is gold. Yes, turf sprints is very true. The other Peter Miller. Turf sprint. Yeah, I know. Well, sometimes you can get, but I'm telling you that especially late in the card too. I don't know why. I think people forget. They've already left. They don't care. So, anyways, all right. That's all the time we have for that. All right, let's see. All right, that's gonna be it for the Magic Mike Show. Thank you so much for joining Halterman and I as we went through the late pick 4. Saturday at Santa Anita Park. We're going to give you our tickets one more time. If you're watching, make sure you look on the bottom of the screen here. I'm going to run them down here at the bottom. Let's see. Mr. Halterman, I will kick things off. I went with 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, with 1, 2, 8, 11, 12, with 3, 4, 7, 9, and that is a $50 ticket, 50 cent $50 ticket. Mr. Halterman, give us your ticket.
All right, I went 1, 3, 5 with 5, 6, 9 with 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 with 2, 3. That's a $63 ticket. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I think that's about the right price for this ticket. So. Let's just try to get some bombs home in that 3rd leg and, get that 3 home in the 4th. I think we'll feel good about it.
Yeah, it's, I think, you and I had some very similar opinions, and we also had some very different opinions. I think I got a feeling maybe the Magic Mike combo ticket might be the where you got to go here. That Magic Mike combo ticket with the guys over there at Blinkers Off. Magic says, looks like I'm out of a job. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know. It's just this Magic might be one and done on this show. It's funny that the only way I get on the Magic Mike Show is actually taking over and hosting the Magic Mike Show. Like, that's the only way I actually ever get on the fucking show. Okay, Blinkers Off. If you haven't checked them out, go make sure you listen to Blinkers Off. Those guys, which are just they are. That show is just amazing. Their handicapping abilities and what they do week in and week out and how they bring it. I mean, honestly, I hope our show is half as good as Blinkers Off every single week. They previewed the Kentucky Derby Preps this weekend. Of course, big time weekend, probably the biggest weekend of the year when it comes to Derby Preps, especially. You got Oaks Preps, Derby Preps. Of course, you got the Wood, you got the Santa Anita Derby, and you got the Bluegrass at Keeneland. So you got to make sure you check out that on Blinkers Off. Mr. Halterman, what do you have lined up this weekend for the site? Oh,
for the site? Or for tournaments, or for what? What do you want me to do?
What's your life like this weekend?
Oh man, I got a lot going on this weekend. Like I said, I've got the qualifiers for the grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 gamble at Keeneland, Lone Star, Aqueduct. Penn National's got a big one going as well. I'll play that at night. So I've got a lot going on Saturday. I'm handicapping for everywhere. And Southland Greyhound's going to be on that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with tournaments. And then, of course, the NHC. You got the NHC seats. I'll be in 4 or 5 tournaments there. And, in the BCBC, don't forget about it. I got a live bankroll tournament on Friday and Saturday for it. So it's gonna be crazy, man. And then the bombs, hopefully Keeneland all weekend long, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Or well, not Sunday. Sunday's Easter, so I don't know. Maybe we'll go back to Santa Anita on Sunday. We've kind of been doing that, and we're just gonna hope to get some prizes home. Keeneland, one of our favorite tracks, so we're excited for it.
Man, when do you ever sleep? I don't know. You're just a busy guy.
No, I really don't, because I play all the tournaments on horse tourneys, and then I bet all the harness tracks with pick 4s and 5s, Sam Houston also, and Charlestown and Aqueduct and Laurel. Not right now, but when they come back, I'll be ready for some Laurel. Gulfstream Park, Santa Anita, certainly in there. Golden Gate, and I love the Golden Hour doubles and the Golden Hour pick 4s to do that. Cross country pick 5s, I like to do that as well. So yeah, I kind of take some time, build some swing sets in the backyard and stuff like that. And then Lockie Lockerson in the NBA games, I've been tailing him, and it's going to cool off eventually. But right now we're on a hot streak, so yeah, man, it's just a lot of fun over here. And I try not to sleep and drink a lot of coffee, and just kind of do my thing.
Sleeping's for losers. That's
right.
something. That's what I think.
That's right.
Hey, go check out of course, it is the Bluegrass at Keeneland. Keeneland's got a big card. Go check out the 2021 Bluegrass Stakes wager guide over there at racingdudes.com. Subscribe and you get those for free on the premium. You get, of course, this is a Bluegrass. You've got all the undercard action. The stakes, there's 6 stakes on the card. This beast, it's out on the website right now at racingdudes.com on the products page. Remember, make sure to follow us on Twitter. I'm at Curtis Calloward. He's at SomaBomb18. Number 1, number 8, Corporal Overlords at Racing_Dudes. Man, you know what? This has been a great show. I feel like it's one of the best shows we've ever done. Don't you think?
Yeah. No, I really do. I feel like we get better each and every week, and that's what you're striving to do in this thing. So yeah, I feel really good about it. I thought it was a great show.
I feel like this has got to be a record. I don't know. The Magic Mike show is 41 minutes. I think we're at right now. This has got to be a record, right?
I feel like we were efficient on this show. We were really efficient, and we're just like I said, we're striving to be better, and it's all about game theory when it comes to tournaments. Like I say, and in here it's all about just trying to be efficient and getting the picks out, and hopefully people cash them.
Yeah, you know what? We no bullshit on this show. We just get to it. We give you your picks. That's what we're here for, right? We give you the winners, and then we move on. So, we're not here to talk about whatever Jared's talking about the Chiefs and Hallsman's got some bullshit with the OU or whatever. Like, we don't give a shit about that. Like, we're here to give out winners. So, I don't care how long the show is, right?
I am kind of excited about the Dolphins, though, and we can talk about it now that we're kind of done with horse racing. The Dolphins got some draft picks. I'm excited about that. So. And 17 games down in the NFL, so it just gives the Dolphins one more chance to win. And we need all the chances we can get, but we got a good quarterback in Tua, so hopefully we can get some players around him now with his trades. We got some draft picks down. We were close last year, so I think we're getting better.
Yeah, and of course the draft is coming up, like you mentioned, with the draft picks. And my favorite thing about the draft is that it's a win and it's great, and then I never can leave because every time there's someone picks, it's my team. You know what I mean? Like, so every time there's a new team picking, that's who I like. So I never can get up, take a piss, or go get something to eat because every guy, it's like I love that team. So that I love the Lions. I'm really excited about what's going on with the Lions these days. You got the Steelers. You gotta love the Steelers. Sure. Big fan of the Rams as well. I just love I love the NFL. I think I'm gonna buy just the NFL jersey because I like all the NFL teams.
Oh, just a jersey that says NFL on it?
Yeah, just a jersey that says NFL because I think that would be fitting for how often I love to watch football.
And maybe put every number on the back of it, every single number. That would be really cool. Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
but no team is like my Chiefs. So I mean, I've become a big Chiefs fan after all these years. Finally, a big Chiefs fan. I love Patrick Mahomes and Jared obviously has really inspired me to really follow the Chiefs as well. Yeah. I wonder if Magic's going to edit out all this shit on the actual pod that actually goes out.
I've been very nice to Magic for that reason only. So
yeah. Notice you haven't held back on Samich though, because he's not going to edit anything.
First of all, I watch their show every week, twice a week. I know exactly what he says every time. So it hasn't been easy, or hasn't been hard for me. I mean, I have practiced. I just practiced the opening. That's it. So, I mean, I know how to act like Samich.
Well, let's hopefully you can pick like Samich for this show, because we don't want to screw up what they've got going here. You know, we get on here and we screw up. You know, everyone's probably already gone now because they're like, who are these idiots? You know, we want the real guy.
Robert Witt was really bad.
Who are these goose?
Robert Witt from Frisco, Texas said, "Piss on this. I am not watching this shit."
Yo, where's the Somo bombs at? Where are those Somo bombs at? I came on here to watch Somo bombs and he's not on here. Who are these idiots talking about? Well, you know what? We're here no matter what. Sorry, the show's over. But thank you so much, Aaron, for joining Aaron and I. We'll see you back here on Monday. Oh, look at that. Hey, did you get a bobblehead or a squeezy plush doll or whatever those are called? Did you get one of those too?
I not only did I not get one, I don't want one.
Can that be the mascot for the Magic Mike show?
This is the one. Yeah, it is the mascot for the Magic Mike show. They're taking names for it. Somebody on Twitter said "cuck," so he goes, "Oh wait, no, that's blinkers off."
I like it.
Look, Hanson. He was talking about it, and it clicked on me. It's like, I have one of these squishy ones, and it was Hanson, and I text you.
Yeah,
it's Hanson 2-year-old champion. They gave him away at the Iowa, here if you can see it, the Iowa Derby on 6/30/2012. So this thing's 9 years old, and I still have it.
We were there.
We were there.
Saw the 2-year-old champion at Iowa.
Yeah,
Prairie Meadows.
That may have been the only race he won as a 3-year-old.
It's probably the only time a 2-year-old champion's ever been to Prairie Meadows as well.
It is. So that's a fact. And he beat Al. It was a 5-horse field, and he beat Alsvid, who's a 6-furlong sprinter. And the race was 1 mile and 16th. Let me see who else was in that real quick.
That was of course Hanson. You know, he I believe he upset. Who was it? Was it
Union Rags? He beat
Union Rags. That's right. Yep. Union Rags, the Breeders' Cup. Hanson. I mean, it looks like that little doll there. He's white. He's super white. Not and. Wasn't he? Was he a speed horse?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel like he was.
Wire horse.
Yeah.
And I misspoke. He won. He did win the Gotham that year as well. And then let's see. Oh, Alsvid was in that race, but did not finish second in the Iowa Derby. It was Hero of Order who was second.
I remember that horse.
Yeah.
A little bit. All right.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Anyway.
Reminisce on Hanson. Any last comments here? Creative cause. That white horse. Yeah.
Third.
That white horse is still faster than Spielberg. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
That's Spielberg. Thank goodness we're off of that. All right.
He's very fast.
Thank you so much for joining Aaron and I. We'll see you back here on Monday to talk about all the weekend action. Until next time, I'm Jared.
And I'm Aaron.
Good luck this weekend.
The Magic Mike Show, where you hear the experts speak. The Magic Mike Show. Tune into the show every week. The Magic Mike Show. You can trust the show is the bomb because it's being brought to you by RacingDudes.com.